Hi, welcome to JerryUlrichMusic.com video training. Today we're going to talk about adding posts or blogs to your website. Let's go ahead and obviously we see posts is the first tab up here, and they have all posts. You can add new, you can change or add categories. Let's start there. Let's add a category. We're going to call it Craig's Test. Okay, and we'll call it Craig. Now, the slug is actually how it will depend or how it will show in the URL. Okay, so it would be every category article would be Craig forward slash um, whatever the post name is. So it's just Craig. That's fine, and there is no parent. We'll make it its own parent. Description is um, optional there, and click Add New Category. There you go. It's that simple for adding new categories. Now that you have the category added, obviously you'll want to go in and then add post to that category. So let's go ahead and add new post here, and this is going to be Craig's Test One. Craig's um, Test One. That is the title. Click Publish, and you'll see your link show up here. Um, and we want to choose the category here. Okay. It's Craig's Test 1. Probably want to change that, to whatever you would want to, obviously. Click OK. You would update that then. Let's choose the category. Let's assign it to the Craig's Test category. Okay, click Update. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's go down to the page content here. And now there are two tabs here. This is more of your visual tab. This is more of your coding tab. Will actually show code. You want to stay in your visual tab here. Obviously, this is bold, indent, bullet items. You can make a bullet. Numbered items. Um, A, B, C. Okay. Obviously, if you want to add an image, um, hit backspace, enter there, enter. Add an image. You would come into your. You can create a gallery. You can choose from the media gallery images that come in the demo package here. Just put like an image placeholder, or you can upload a file, okay, and insert the file. Okay, let's go ahead and choose the logo here. Let's put the Smash logo. Let's insert that into the post. All right, now here's your block quotes. Your left, right, middle aligns, and then you can insert a link. And then here is um, toolbar. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the actual remainder of your options here. You can uh, toggle the toolbar, which is what we just did, and expand your options. You also have paragraph options here. You can choose heading styles on each one. Some different options here on the size of your font. Underline. Here you have your text colors. You can switch that up there as well. Go to your blues. And your basic stuff. Paste, clear formatting, special characters, decrease, increase indents, undos, and here's your keyboard shortcuts. Now, the if you make any changes here, you'll notice here. Click save here. All right, now notice here there are revisions. There are three. If you ever need to go back to a revision, even after you've saved an article, you'll want to go into Browse here. If you messed up something or need to go back and notice here, what you do is you pull the indicator back to where you started. And so if you saved over some of your content, you can always go back and edit your content. Okay. So let's go back, return to post editor. We're not going to restore anything. In addition to that, let's just go back and look at that one more time. In addition to that, you'll notice here on the compare that it's got the original, or I'm sorry, over here to the right is the latest. Over here to the left is the revision. Let's go look at that. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. And let's go ahead and you can restore. So you basically can compare revisions. Okay. Okay. And so we have our information here. Now, as we go down the list, now we can go down the list here. Here's your article or your post is actually it's published. It is visible. You can edit that as well, make it a draft, okay, or password protected. Even make it private here, or the draft is actually one of the statuses or states of the article here: published, pending review, or draft. Now, published obviously makes it visible on the website and public. Pending review and draft, and those show up in the list. Let's go look at all posts here. Okay, you can see here, it'll tell you the state that it's in. Um, Here, published right here. You see it published. It'll tell you the state that it's in there. So let's go back and look. All right, so you can stick this post to the front page. Also, if you want to make this visible on the front page, you can choose that there. Here's your revisions. Here's the date that it was published. That also can be edited. If you need to tweak some of the ordering of the articles within the category, you wanted to make one more recent and later than the other one, wanted to make it first, and you wanted to move that around, you potentially could do that through changing the published date here. Um, all right, and then you have down here you have your categories. We've already chosen Craig's test. You can choose from the categories that are optional and available here. Okay, let's go ahead and minimize this. This is not um, all right. We also have a okay. We actually worked typically here with just some regular content. However, you can add um, uh, you can use the Themify builder, and it has some different post options here. You may want to check that out. You can choose to have a sidebar, right sidebar, left sidebar, or a full page. Your content width, you can choose to be full screen if you'd like. We'll do a right sidebar. You can upload a featured image, the image dimensions. You can also hide the post title, unlink the post title. You might want to go through some of these options. You can hide the metadata, like categories, comments, tags, and stuff like that. The post date, hide featured image, unlink featured image. You can add a video URL, an external link, and a Lightbox link, which is a link to um, an image or a video, like a pop-up. Okay, and that could be like a pop-up image or a pop-up URL. In other words, when you click on the featured image, then it then pops up a larger image or a larger video or even a content within an iframe. And so then in that case, you would use the um, uh, a link for an external website. So if you want to know a little bit more about Themify pop-ups and you can use some of these images right here, sample images, test these, and check that out there using that. Let's go back to the post. And don't worry about, well, actually, I might as well, no, the SEO, I'm going to save for a different subject here. Okay. And so then you also have the Themify Builder where you can drag and drop the blocks. We talked about that in the Homepage Builder video 1. We kind of got into it, but we won't fully get into this on this tutorial. We will add it to another one. So, but you may want to go ahead and check some of these out by drag and dropping widgets, accordions, and then changing the options. Obviously, will come up. You might want to go through each one of these options with content for the accordion. For example, this would be title 1, test row 1, row 1, row 1 content. Then this would be, you'd add a new row, that would be 2. This would be test row 2, test row 2, and then so on and so forth. You could also choose if the first row is opened by default. You also use your regular editor, so you can choose some of the options of how it looks, etc. Like I said, we'll do this the majority of all these options probably in another video, but they're pretty self-explanatory. This adds border, this adds margin, which is the space outside of the accordion. This adds padding, which is the space inside the accordion. The link here, the color, and the font height, size, etc., and then the text, the way it's styled. So the background color here, and if it has an effect, how when you see it on the page, does it slide in from the left, does it slide in from the right? A few effects here. On an accordion, I probably wouldn't have any effects. So once you're done there, you want to click save, etc. So, but we're just doing a sample post here and then we're going to go ahead and update, and then we're going to go look at this. Let's go check it out. Alright, we're going to click View Post. Okay, we opened it in a new tab. That way we can just come back to our tab here. And here, okay, here we have the the post opens up. The title's here at the top. The author and user is here. Okay, the date and title's over here. Craig's test would be the category. 0 comments, 0 shares. Okay. Basic post information. Then we have the content section here with an accordion where the second row opens up and an accordion in that space. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go down to the theme of delete. Let's delete that row. Notice how it kind of automatically added a second row. So that's that. Now, if you just want to keep it simple, you probably want to just come up in here and just make some nice posts. Let's just go ahead and do something maybe a little more realistic here. Okay, and let's go ahead and delete. Let's see, delete this, and let's delete. Let's do text all the way around. Backspace. Delete. Backspace. All right, there we go. Control C. Okay, and in this space is usually where we'll add media and image here, and just to maybe a little more realistic idea of what we're looking at. Now we're going to edit this image here, and we're going to align it left so that the text goes around it. Okay, click update. There we go, and then we're going to update. Come back, refresh this page, and we should have the image to the left here and the text going around it. So there you go. Let's go down and maybe mess with the layout a little bit. We did choose post options here. Let's do no. Let's do full width. Now notice here it also goes the full width of the screen. You may want it to only go in the middle part. Make it full width, no sidebar. Okay. You might want to upload a featured image. Okay. Oops. Browse library. And we'll choose a placeholder image that is 1100 pixels wide. Let's choose something a little smaller. Those dimensions will make it about 300 pixels. We're going to hide the post title. No. We're going to unlink the post title. Let's go ahead and close this audio over here. We're going to unlink post title. No, we like that. We're going to hide author. Now you may or may not want to. Okay, but if you do have a nice image there, it might look pretty cool with the image there. That image author is changed in the users here. All users, you would go to that user author and change your image there. Okay, and then that would be reflected here. So it would actually be an actual image. So it'd probably look a little higher. It'll look a little higher quality. Okay, and the post date, might want to hide that too. And let's see, on the sample video, let's go ahead and put in a video link here. Come in here right fast, and let's do a Lightbox video URL. Okay, and there we go. Let's try that and see what that looks like. Go update, and you might want to go in and check it out and see what you think. See how things look. Notice this has a little better spacing. The image placeholder, this style image actually goes to the top, so you probably want to make that full width on here instead of 300. Probably looks like that's a full width opener. Okay, so we'll leave it by default nothing. Click update on that. That image should go across the fully across the screen. Now, if you don't like the full across the screen option here as an opening image for the article, the image above the article itself, then I just suggest not using the featured image, crossing that out, and then only using the image within the article system here. Or if you choose the Themify Builder, adding an image by dragging and dropping image in this location, and then text in this location, etc. And then text in this image location, and then video in how just couldn't see it for some reason. And remember, you have the front end options as well, where you can drag and drop modules from the front end Themify builder. Okay, so let's go back right fast. I'll leave this page. Turn that music off. Okay, and which is pretty cool. So if you do like the front end, switching to the front end, um, and actually let's do that again. That actually looks pretty cool to be able to build from here. If that's the case, then you might want to add a tabs, or a slider, or a post, or feature, or even a video. Drag a video up there to that location, and then put the video URL there. YouTube video. All right, video style. Let's go full width. This is like above the content. Videos on the left, videos on the right, etc. We'll say it's 1000 pixels. Okay, for 1280. Let's go 1280. See how that works. 1280. Test. Yeah, leave those blank for now, and see how that works out. Okay. Okay. Now the video is there. Let's go ahead and click save. Okay, so it shows it in that location. Let's close this out. Minimize this here. And see what our end result is. Okay, there's probably something up with that video link. So, at any rate, let's go back to edit post from this page. Refresh this, see what we're looking at here. Here we go. So what we're looking at is just some content here. This looks actually pretty nice. Maybe we want to put a video and place the image here, etc. We had grabbed some links. I'm not even sure if these links. Oh, you know what we did? We grabbed both links, and I think what happened was that messed it up there. So, all right, so let's go retry that now. Let's go back into our post options, and let's go into Lightbox link. There we go. And let's actually reset that. Now that I think about it, the link here, the Lightbox link makes the featured image. So if there's no featured image, then there's no link there. Pause that music again. And so just to kind of keep that in mind. So. However, if you did want to add video here in this space, then you may want to go to YouTube, use the embed code, and then embed the video. That's basically how it's done. And maybe we'll have to create a new tutorial on that, but it would go in the place of this image here. You would put embed code for a video. Okay. So at any rate, let's we got an update here. Let's refresh our screen. And there is the video. We did, instead of featured image, we put in the video. Notice how it showed up on top. It went full screen. And for the recording dimensions for this video, just so you know, I am not full screen. I am about 2/3 of my screen. So on a larger screen, this actually may look a lot better. This is a smaller screen for my recording window. But so basically, the options here. For video, external link, or Lightbox, these options here and featured image are for what shows up on the top of the post up here. Then underneath is the information, the title, and then the supporting information for that post if you want to use those options. Okay. Otherwise, you would remove this, remove video URL, and let's click update. Now notice here that when we were editing before, and this is all good training. Notice when we were editing before, this test is still here, this test block, this video block. And the reason that video block is still there is because we added that using the Themify builder from the front end. Remember that? And there it is right there. So even though you may not see it here, it still may be added to the page here. So what we want to do is just go ahead and delete that block. Okay, click save. Hit refresh, and then that test block should be gone. So you kind of have some options here, and then obviously before that you have the previous article, and then you have your leave a reply, the commenting system for your article or your blogs or your posts, and for your post. But these posts, remember, posts are blogs. Um, and so that actually kind of practically explains all that you need to know when you're adding a post. It's pretty simple. It doesn't take that long. That was about 20 minutes just to get familiar with how it works. You can view the post here, even get a short link here if you wanted. Um, it's not really that much shorter, but get a short link there. And here's Craig's Test 1. Now if you wanted to view Craig's Test 1, if you wanted to add that to your website, just real quick, since we have done this, we would go back to the menus. Let's refresh this menu, and we should see view all here. Okay, and if you don't see Craig's Test, there was a page. Actually, it was a let's go Craig's Test. Okay, oops, Craig. Okay, yeah, it's not a page. It's actually a post. So you can add the category here, and in that case, view all. There it is right there. Let's go ahead and add the category as well so we can see that. And then on the post here, notice you have the permalink here. Okay, this is the actual post. Copy that permalink. Come over here. And because it's not a page, you actually want to use a link. Okay, come in here, paste this. Okay, and say Craig's post individual. Okay, Craig's post. Click save the menu. Okay, save. Oops, I didn't add it to the menu. Let's go back again. Did save the menu link. Here we go. Let's try this one more time. Take that link, copy it in there. Craig's post. Okay. Add to the menu. Missed that step last time. Okay. Take some of these other ones and bring them underneath. Take some of these, bring it underneath. Make some room. Click save menu. Come back to the front, and we're going to be looking up here. Okay. And now we have the category, Craig's Test. Let's go look at that. And it comes with a sidebar here, upcoming events, etc. We'll talk about that later. And then it has Craig's Test here as the first post. There's only one post in the category. But now if we went back to the post, Craig's post, and we went back to, let's go turn this on. If we went back to all posts, let's do that. And we went to Craig's Test here. Okay. We clicked here, and yeah. And we did an edit here. Okay, I was actually thinking of a different framework. Yeah, so kind of scratch what I just said. So, but at any rate, if you did create a new post, it would show up underneath this post. So let's just go ahead and let's do the Hello World post. Let's edit it. And it's currently set to uncategorized. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and make it also in Craig's Test and add it to that. Once we do that, let's refresh the page here. Depending on the date, will determine which post shows. Okay, so now Hello World shows. So obviously now here you can create a category page that has multiple posts in that category on the same page, and then they have the preview aspect of the post where it actually shortens up the text and the content of the post, and then allowing you to click the title of the post to see the full post with the commenting systems attached to it. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much how it works as far as that. In another tutorial, we'll be talking about sidebars and widgets, so for an explanation of how to build sidebars and widgets. So you could learn how to edit the sidebars on categories, and you know what, let's just go ahead and let's add that as well. I'm going to make it sidebars here. So sidebars and widgets is the video that you need to learn how to edit the sidebars on different pages, posts, albums, events, and things of that nature. But I will just go ahead and tell you in this tutorial. So it's actually your appearance and widgets. And I'm not going to show you how to edit and stuff, but you'll notice here you have different sidebars here, and that's pretty much a little hint for you there. So at any rate, this explains how to add categories and blog posts to your website. And categories to your websites, adding them from menu systems and adding them to your page. I hope this helped and hope you have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.